What's up guys, Fury TV here, and we're back with another episode of Poker Hands. Before getting into it, I would like to ask you guys to hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoy our videos, as your support is allowing us to continue posting videos on a daily basis.
Mr. Ivey got the aces. Limps in. Sam checks back king out of clubs. Rut-row. This could be a big one, Jeff. We got top set against the nut flush draw and a pair.
Action. Top set Ivey, no big deal. What a board though. I mean, I guess for Greenwood, you know, it's a little unlucky. He's got that pair flush draw. He's got to think, you know, against the set, this is like the worst hand he could be against. Even like ace queen, his 8 would be live, but or you know, ace jack, he's got the whole shalada. But here, he's really just drawn to that flush. And for Ivey, a bit unlucky. Oh well. That actually, now that is, that's a sight you'd love to see if you're a Phil Ivey fan.
Quads for Ivey. Greenwood still with that nut flush draw. Remember, in this game, flush beats a house. So we can see Greenwood 0%, but he's going to think he's still doing okay in this
Gotta love it. Slip some rope, you know, in case some, I mean, just pretty special stuff here. This is, I mean, if flush runs out, if a club were to come, oh my goodness gracious. Come on.
Wow. We have quads versus nut flush in short deck.
Wow. This is, honestly, this is, I mean, is there any chance it doesn't?
Just goes in,
it's
right?
in. It's going in. How could it not go in?
If Ivey bets, Sam's going to raise, Ivey's going to jam.
This is insane. And Sam is thinking about Vegas and the Mirage, and this is the one that you don't get there. You're on your way and you don't get to in the door somehow. This is, I mean, there's just no other. I mean, it's just none. There's hand combination 1, right? All the other ones are houses.
Right.
But at the same time, yeah, I guess you might think Phil could have a lower flush, but a full.
Right.
You know that a full house doesn't beat.
But you're going to raise up here, and you're going to
get raised, and you think maybe Phil has like the queen high or whatever, not a flush. Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to like it when he gets jammed on.
He's probably. I don't even think he thinks long. Wow.
Obviously, you lose the 10-9 of clubs and you lose the aces. Those are the 2 hands you can lose to here.
And if you're Phil, you lose.
Say for Phil, he loses to the 10-9 of clubs and the king 10 of clubs. I mean.
No, king 10 of clubs, right? That's it.
Sorry, yeah, king 10 of clubs only.
So there's one hand you lose if you're Phil, and
there's 2 if you're Sam.
Yeah. So it's the biggest cooler you'll see, really.
Sam's going to feel sick, but he can't fold. Quads.
Wow.
Have some of that.
Wow. What a hand. I mean, this is a sick 3-handed, 1 versus 2 stack in the biggest cooler you're going to see possible. Unbelievable stuff. I mean, that's great. What a
beautiful service for me.
Bryn with ace-9 on the button, ready standing.
They're close in chips. So he has elected just to peel, which I think is a smarter option. You also allow Leon sometimes to come in from the big blind with king 5 off, but with the hat on, the King's Casino hat, the shade, it's pretty intimidating.
Yeah, even, wow, what a flop this is for Aldo. Ace-9 gives Bryn Kenny top 2 pair.
Ace of clubs for Bryn as well.
Timothy with the flush draw. Yep. Very valid point there. Bryn does have the backdoor club draw.
Fortunately for Timothy at this point, it's ace high and not 9 high with flush draw, because Timothy he's not going to have a lot of hands that want to check raise for value, so he can't have that many bluffs. Obviously, you want to remain balanced against these tough opponents. And obviously with king high, you know, you are just dominating lower flush draws and stuff just now anyway, so you don't need to raise them off. And bingo.
Well, a huge card there. We see Timothy does improve to the flush, but Bryn not out of it yet, top 2, and now the nut flush draw himself. All right, is it a card Timothy should be bluffing at fair frequency here with the lead?
Not really, I think, because it's not, when he check calls flop, he's not going to have a super high amount of hands that want to bluff. I mean, he could possibly have like king jack with the king of clubs or something that's going to float to a small flop bet, but overall his range is going to want to do a lot of checking. So in order, like if he has ace 10 of diamonds here, he doesn't want to put any chips in. So he's going to check that hand, so you want to check your strong hands in order to Yeah, I mean, I think realistically it's really tough to build a check raise bluff range here. So as a result, you have to check call like with a very high frequency.
And cool, he does. So 570 in the pot, heading to the river.
See what the river is.
Wow!
Oh my God!
This is like the scene around us.
Oh no, this is. I mean, poor Timothy.
So Bryn improves to a full house.
I wonder what Bryn does here. If he might just like. I mean, this is a card that's it's going to favour Timothy slightly more because Bryn's not going to be betting his like middle pairs so often. Whereas Timothy can have like.
He bets 420,000.
And Timothy's going to be all in here, I'd imagine, unless there's some kind of ICM considerations. Maybe just call.
He does just call, losing the absolute minimum with that hand.
It's a very good just call. I mean, I think...
Really looking quite like Timothy, but I know you just came from some satellites, so people are still going to be entering this tournament. And of course, a lot of players who busted out for the first couple of day ones and far away tomorrow morning.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're only getting, what do you get? You get like 25 big blinds?
I mean, a little bit more.
Okay.
30.
I saw our mate Carl Froch. He's salad his way in.
Nice, nice.
So hopefully he can get it done. Make the final table. So there'll be 80,000 people watching that. Just when he beat George Groves at Wembley.
He partook in some golf this morning, Midi. We were waiting for you, but you didn't turn up. You know.
No, I was depressed, mate.
Rochi was there. Good little golf day today.
It is quite good to golf here, isn't it?
It is very good. There's not a lot wrong with this resort, Midi.
No.
Alright, so Josh opening Alexi flats, Gerald flats, Chris completes in the big blind end. Well, Alexi flops a set now, just as Gerald flops top pair. And Gerald putting queen 10 off on the button here. Do you think he's just seen enough of Alexi smashing around in pots that he wants to get involved?
Yeah, I think you got to defend your bone quite wide, and I mean, I think this is probably a little step out from the Sims, but I think against these guys, well, Alexi, maybe he fancies his chances. Fortunately, though, he's going to get burnt.
Right, this is a bad card.
Oh,
that is not a
no.
bad card. That's the end of Gerald bar a 4-outer on the end.
That's me, you, Gerald, and the dolphin swimming tonight, mate.
And Alexi's gone big. 3 into 390. Gerald only has 610.
You hate to see this.
I mean, he's loving life, right? He's got top 2 pair. How can you be beat here? I mean, I'm not sure what the tank's about. Wow.
I mean,
he's just cool with 300k back.
I mean, all the money's going to go in this time anyway, but... Oh! That's good for the EV graph, isn't it? You don't want to put that extra 300 in as a...
Wow, Alexi gets the bad news, just the running queens. Wow, Gerald's face. I can't work that out. How he didn't just
well, if he'd put it in the turn, his EV graph would have been like a minus however many big blinds, 30 big blinds.
200s, action will start on Dan. Paul finds another big hand. Ace, queen of diamonds this time.
Raise. 500.
Makes it 500 to play.
Fold. Call.
Just Michael to defend, and he will do so, of course, with ace 3 of hearts. And while king 10, 6, 2 hearts, 1 diamond, Michael with a nut flush draw. Paul has a gut shot and backdoor flush draw.
Don't think I'd be able to pull it off.
Bet.
Paul does bet. 4 into 1150. Easy call for Michael with ace high and flush draw.
How many piercings do you
And wow, what a turn card for Paul. The Jack of Diamonds gives him the nuts and a royal flush draw. Michael sitting there with the nut heart draw.
Either a tattoo or a piercing.
Michael, of course, does have a queen to chop the pot.
Lads holiday tattoo. Correct. I or something.
1100 the bet this time.
Yeah. Could have had a, I don't know, cheeky eyebrow like in teenage. No, couldn't.
Michael calls once more. So we head to this river. The red card will make things interesting. And it is the King of Hearts. Michael improves to the nut flush. Paul with Broadway. Surely still has to bet. And Ludo dipped out for a second there, but he'll come back to see it. Yeah. Quite the board here, Ludo.
I don't want to say on the street.
Aye, aye.
You did. You just did. You can't go back on it.
Board is, of course, paired.
Oh, he's a good lad. He's going for this one now.
You know you're making it worse, yeah.
So we've had Paul raise this one up, Ludo. Michael called from the big and check called 2 streets. We've arrived on this river.
Can't wait to see him. I'm asking for a beer.
Michael has to be careful here. Can he raise, given that...
Yeah, for sure he can raise, yeah.
Paul's bet all 3.
Just not out of generosity.
What sizing is he going to go?
You're saying that.
I guess he's going small and
This is an easy
folding
call.
to a 3.
It's an easy call for Paul with the sizing, obviously.
I somehow lost this pot.
You did somehow lose this pot despite having the nuts and a raw flush draw on the turn.
You have lost the pot, yeah. No, because you had the royal flush draw on the turn. Oh my god, what did you have? So you had...
Got a nut straight.
What a top.
4-8. 550.
He does raise it up to 550,000. Folds around to a heart in the big blind. Green 3 of diamonds. May elect to call. This is a sizable raise though. 2.75 big blinds. Looks like he does elect to call. So these 2 players will see the flop. Flop, ace, 9, 4, 2 diamonds. Good flop for both players. Roster flops middle pair, backdoor flush draw. High half flops a flush draw. Russell deciding how much to bet.
450.
So it's 450,000.
450.
Will call this bet with his flush draw.
7 gold.
May also, of course, believe his queen high might be good. Turn is the 10 of diamonds. Quite an action card. Roster is improved to 2 pair. High ha, queen high flush. It looks like Roster's thinking about betting. He may well elect to check this one back. Doesn't really put to the test holding 2 pair on the bubble. His opponent could easily have a flush. He does check. That's a good check. And wow, he improves to a full house on the river, running 10s. iHeart, no way he can believe he's beat here. I expect him to make a chunky bet. And Roster to move all in over the top. Great start to the feature table for Roster.
7 bet. 1,350,000.
And IHA has bet 1.35 million with his queen high flush. Roster has less than a pot size raise left. Bit of acting. Sai, look back at the cards. His hand, play with some more chips. And he does move all in. Horrible spot for IHA now. The bet is for 3.65 million more. And he has an 8 million stack behind. I think he will feel he's not really being any value hand here. If Roster had turned the flush, likely a low flush that he may well have bet the turn with. If he were to call and lose, he would drop down to under 30 big blinds. And he's made a fantastic fold there. Roster winning a big pot up to 8.7 million.
Whoa. Now this is extremely, like, this is like below the bottom of Feraldo's range. From the undergun spot, like 5-6 suited, he just couldn't let it go.
Sometimes you're playing live poker, you're drinking wine, you just look down at a pretty hand.
I don't know, I'm saying like 6-7 suited would be even closer. 7-8 suited, I think it is.
Zeno with King Jack in the same suit from the cutoff. He's going to call.
I'm not saying like I don't do what Feraldo just done. I'm saying like if I'm in this spot under the gun and it's live poker and having a wee drink of red wine,
then you're going to be playing.
I think I'll be playing the 5-6 of clubs.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like 1.1. A lot of players wouldn't be.
Gerald with pocket nines in the small blind.
Yeah, this is a kind of hand. He's on a small blind. He doesn't want to go 3 ways, possibly 4 ways to the flop, playing out of trap 1 in every street.
A low percentage of the time.
So I'm going to guess he's going to take the aggressive option.
I like to talk in absolutes.
And either squeeze, call it off, or maybe even just be happy with the pot and jam all in.
Right, okay.
Picking up like close to 20%. Oh, he's went for the flat call.
He's gone for the flat.
Fair enough. I'm saying like, I wouldn't mind.
Is part of that predicated by Zeno's stack size flatting pre? Is he worried that maybe Zeno's laying a trap?
I'm saying like, fair enough, Zeno could be laying a trap here, but I don't think it happens that often.
Okay.
So I think you're only concerned about getting in against Feraldo and getting unlucky, him having a better hand.
Well, Mark does.
I would elect to squeeze and not go 4 ways here, because when he does peel the 9s, it always goes 4 ways, and he's playing out of position 1. He's first to act in every street.
Mark did get in for the cheap with 4-7. Look at this flop then. So Gerald has his overpair.
Yeah.
Feraldo top 2, and Mark with bottom pair and the open-ended straight draw.
And Anthony had a very good hand, and he flopped.
Have a look at this. It's going to check through.
This is insane.
How was
Well, Feraldo has to check this flop with his range. I'm saying, like, because he can't just bet it for the sake of it when he has it.
Well, 4 on the turn gives Mark the
Whoa,
lead.
this hand's all changed now, because now
Gerald's going to think he's got the best hand.
Gerald's thinking, okay, that 4 could be a good hand, good card.
Mark is in there, way out in front now.
You didn't even have like Jack deuce of hearts.
It's going to go
Deuce of hearts.
bet from Gerald, flat call from Mark, and Feraldo might be able to fold. He might be able to find a hero fold here.
On the next hand, I had kings. It's coming. One red one and one black one.
They're one hand away from finding out which other had in that big pot.
The club and a red one.
Because what can Mark actually else do here apart from like flat call?
I mean,
Like,
nice
so like,
bluff.
I think Feraldo can find the fold here.
Ball.
He's going to be hating life.
I'm hoping you didn't have ace jack of
There's
clubs.
like
I mean, that would be ridiculous. Really.
6-7 offsuit, 6x of hearts.
I don't even
He
believe
blocks one of the 6s. Mark can have all the 4s. He's definitely taking the price.
What did you have?
Gerald can have pocket 8s, pocket 9s.
Right.
This is a nasty spot. This is a spot that doesn't come up that often. Like, this is a hard one to actually figure out what to do, what is correct. This is why Feraldo's going to be here for a while. Well, he's moved to his chips now.
I was going to say, of course, obviously he still has outs to a house.
But the problem is here, he doesn't want to see a deuce, a 3, a 7, an 8, or an over card, because if it comes to Jack of Spades, somebody could have Jack, Queen of Hearts, and he's counterfeited.
Well,
I'm saying there's so many cards.
River.
He needs a 5 or a 6, obviously. Wowza!
Wow. Mark then hits runner, quads. Gerald's going to think his hands are near lock.
Well, this is a snap, like slam dunk. Probably, actually, Gerald has to check call for Aldo because he still has bigger overpairs that he checks the flop with.
Okay.
But it might just go check.
And just
actually, I think it might go check.
I was going to say, does Mark have the most interesting spot here, whether to bet this or not?
No, I think range-wise, I'm saying like balance-wise, I don't think you can bet it. Because what's he betting with?
Well, that's what I mean, Mark. I think it's the most interesting spot. And again, he can expect Feraldo to jam when check to with those overpairs, right?
Everyone's got to assume a lot of Feraldo's range here is flush draws and overpairs, but more likely overpairs.
Well, look at this. Gerald.
So maybe Gerald's going to put a wee blocker bet, or else he's going to think he's going for good value here.
I would acknowledge it.
And then Mark, of course, will just call here with these quads, try and get Feraldo in.
I don't know about that. I'm saying like maybe it is the best play, and the fact that he's not absolutely last to act, it's not like he's... Obviously, if you're last to act and you call, you get punished.
Such a twitch fight, even knowing what they say. My chance always
Does he...
put away.
Which he shoves it.
Does move all in.
And this is an easy fold for Gerald. Unless he absolutely levels himself, but it's an easy fold. Four, 5 of spades is there. 4, 7 of spades, 4, 8 of spades, 3, 4 of spades. And then you've got the Queen 4 of spades, King 4 of spades. All the 4 of spades is there.
Let's put a lot of chips into this pot.
Actually makes it easier for him to fold when he bets so much.
Right. It's just a suicide bluff. If it's a bluff for Mark, then it just...
I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of the sizing, to be honest. The 430 on the river, I would have went for like 275 or something. It does the same thing.
Right. Stops yourself getting bluffed.
And I actually think it was too thin a value bet for that size.
Well...
And I think
Feraldo
Feraldo could have folded the turn. I think he could have.